Cyril Cabornay and Jona Paculan. I just learned their last names just now, so kailangan ko sabihin ng matindi. These two are the prince and princesses of voiceover. You hear their voices in multiple commercials all throughout Metro Manila, hopefully around the Philippines, jingles, you name it. So guys, welcome to the show.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, welcome yourself.
Hey, welcome everybody, welcome myself.
We're off to a great start.
Parang dissident, no? Welcome yourself.
Yeah.
So,
Already, hostility at the start of the show.
what we like to know here in
Is
Creative
my
Thinking
real name. My real name is Cyril Cabornay.
Cabornay.
By the way.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
I still butchered. Sorry. Yung last names talaga yung pinakamahirap parati sa show.
It's okay, Gio.
I called her Cabernet. Anyways, guys, we want to know here on the show, ano yung nag-inspire sa inyo para maging VO artists? Or was it by accident? How did it start? Ikaw.
Oh, yeah.
Is it accident? I'm just gonna say siguro by chance.
By chance. Ano nangyari?
So I used to work for this, company. Tapos
This company.
Okay. Yeah.
Sabihin
No,
ko pa
no
lang.
names na lang.
Yeah.
Ikaw bahala.
Tapos they found out na I can do VO. So
Paano nila nalaman niya?
they just asked me. Parang,
Okay.
Cyril, pwede ka? Yeah. And then I did. I dubbed over some this particular commercial, and then it got approved. And yeah, that's it. I just said one line.
So yung company na yun, was it actually like an advertising firm? Did they
It's
do
an audio
videos?
production house.
Okay. What were you doing at the audio production house? Hello.
What were you doing?
Well, dati akong, let's just say, coordinator.
Okay.
Ganun.
Nice. So it just landed on your lap. Ikaw, Jona, like how did it start for you?
It's actually pretty much very, very similar. So let's be secret about it. I also worked for a company.
Kasi naman, sabihin yung company, guys.
So that's the secret, guys. Worked for a company.
Work for a company.
Doesn't have to be-
Sobrang labo.
Anyway, I also worked for an audio production house, and but this time I was a sound engineer.
Okay.
So
nice.
yeah, I was a sound engineer. So I would be the one in the booth editing the commercial, editing the sound for the commercial. And what happened was same thing. Because in advertising, they're always in a hurry. One day, a producer goes to me and goes, "Hey, Jona, pwedeng ikaw na lang yung talent?" And I'm like, "Alright." And then I go to the booth, and then I do it, and that was my big break. So I did the announcer of that first commercial. That big commercial was Chowking.
Wow.
And then and then it got approved. And then when that happened, they decided, in the interest of, I guess, convenience, and maybe I did pull it off, that, okay, ikaw na lang yung boses ng Chowking. And that was that. And that was my big break.
Pareho kayo parang
Amazeballs.
It's a happy accident, as Bob Ross would say.
Yun, happy accident.
Yeah.
When you decided to do that, gusto ko kasi marinig yung thought process. When somebody says, oh, gawin mo na yung VO. Kasi hindi siya kasing dali sa, for example, like someone's dancing, tapos nawala yung dance instructor. Oh, Jona, ikaw na magturo ng dance.
Oh.
You can't just go into it sometimes, right? So, like, would you do voiceovers like for fun at home or while doing chores, or would you ever imitate? Saan nanggaling yung
That sort of like
that skill. Kasi hindi mo siya tinraining tapos biglang, pwede kang VO. Yeah, sure, no problem. And it just comes out. Yeah.
Well, it helps that both of us are very musical. So because it's a lot of that, since it's audio, it's all about tone. It's a big percentage of it is about tone and stuff like that. So personally, it helped that I watched a lot of cartoons.
Yeah.
And
So you would copy. cartoon characters.
yeah. So you can imagine how strange a kid I was. So
I can relate. Like, growing
Same
up,
thing,
baka ikaw din.
Oh, for sure.
Growing up, syempre ang dami mong pinapanood. There's cable, and then there's Harry Potter. So I would imitate yung accent,
Yeah.
yung diction. So kung di mo ako kilala and you like find me walking down the street at nagsasalita ako mag-isa, that's me. Because I've been, basta ganun ako, lagi akong nagsasalita. I have scripts in my head.
Yeah, it's basically a constant.
So, nung nag-college ako, kasi nag-advertising course ako. So, when they said, oh, we need a VO, kaya ko yan. Ganun.
So ginagawa mo na siya for college,
Nung college,
like, projects. Pala.
Yeah.
So it's not, because I've come to learn that people that have this natural talent, hindi siya actually natural talent. For some reason, we're always kind of practicing, whether we like it or not. And then,
Something that is developed.
There's always some kind of background to it, like performers. Like we're all performers here. All three of us are performers here, but. We're performing on stages now in public, but I'm sure all of us have a story of performing maybe at like 12 or 13 or whatever age to our family or for some reunion.
Siyempre.
Yeah.
Si Jona kumakanta.
Yeah, that's it. You show Tito your song. Diba?
Pinoys.
It's very Pinoy. So
Show dito your impersonation.
impersonation of StarCraft. What game is that again? StarCraft?
God.
You sing tomorrow.
You sing. Oh, you prepare.
That was the only song.
Parents are
Yeah.
the best. Kaya tayo nandito.
Yeah,
If it
and-
wasn't for them.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem like such a big deal. It didn't seem like a big deal then, but that sort of experience, however informal, adds up. So yeah,
Definitely.
yeah.
Did you guys think that VO would become something you would do professionally?
No.
No, not at all. I didn't even know this existed
Yeah.
when I got out of college.
Crazy.
Yeah, this
Ikaw,
Yeah.
Jona, what did you finish? Because you're in advertising. What did you do in school?
Psychology, but I did do a lot of my time was spent performing. So I would sing in org events.
Yeah.
I used to be part of the choir.
Of course.
So and we went on tour. We went on tour in Europe. So that was like sing every day, basically sing, sleep, bicker.
Life.
Yeah.
Life.
Choir.
Yeah.
Nag-choir din ako sa
Rockstar.
simbahan, no?
Yeah.
Children's choir.
Yeah. It adds
Thank
up.
you.
It adds up. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we have in common, guys. Musical background.
Yeah,
Yes.
you did choir too.
Yeah.
Choir's life.
Yeah.
Harmony is important. Since you guys sing, actually, the interesting thing about voiceovers and jingles here in the Philippines is done by all the same people, if not the engineers. But it's like there's a very select few artists, and yeah, having that choir music background really helps, right? Because
Yeah.
you can figure out harmony on the spot, or you can figure out different licks that sometimes engineers can't think of. So it really helps. One of the things that boggles my mind, because I've done VOs in the past too, is how do you interpret what the client wants? Basta sabihin nila, pwede mas happy. Pwede mas parang malungkot pero biglang sisigla. Like, as you're reading like a a paragraph, like, okay, so it has to be sad, and you can interpret whatever they say however you want. But for some reason you guys get the project. So what goes on in your mind when you have these kinds of interactions?
Cyril.
Biglang ako. So, kailangan talaga confident ka to do those things.
Confidence na.
So, yeah, kasi pag hindi ka na confident, then you're just gonna run out of ideas.
Yeah.
Kailangan creative ka. So, and you should also be prepared to do more than 100%. Kasi sometimes 100% for you is just 5% for them.
Yeah.
So you need the energy, the confidence to do those things. And but ibato mo lang. Like, gusto nila sad, then just follow it, then be sad.
Yeah. Whatever your sad is.
Yeah.
Because-
First do what you think is best. And then if the client, still doesn't feel it, then do it exactly the way they want, and then hope for the best.
There's a lot of
And then pray.
there's a lot of faith in that. Actually, that I can vouch for that because you can think of it as a collaboration. There's it's not just your story or your creativity that is in play. The producer is there, the sound engineer is there, sometimes the client is there. So it's a huge collaboration, and there's also a lot of like trial and error,
Yeah.
because eventually you start figuring out what clients tend to want, that tend to want. So
okay.
and yeah, tend to want. And usually the way I think of it, it's a spectrum. You can, and this is where maybe theater performing or acting helps, because like pwede bang, let's say you get a classic really tough comment is, pwede bang mellow pero may konting energy? So how do you do that, right?
You always hear that.
Yeah, well, I mean,
mellow na may konting energy.
it's become an inside joke at this point. So diba, you think how do you do that? And then that's, for me, I realized that it's a spectrum. They don't want mellow, they don't want energetic, they want something in between.
Oh.
And then it's just a matter of finding
It's
that
up
in
to
between.
you. Yeah.
You have
And
to-
I interpreted, not to put you guys on the spot, but
Yeah.
do you have an example? Like, can you say a line that's mellow and energetic? Ano yung...
So yeah, give us a line. Give us a.
I love creative pickings.
I love creative pickings. Good choice.
I love creative pickings.
Can you make it a little more? I like your energy, but can you mellow it down a little bit? You know, I want it on the inside only.
Mellow, but
The energy is only on the inside.
Mellow and energetic.
Yeah.
I love creative pickings.
There. And there's a lot of subtlety in that
Oh,
regard.
actually, benta yan. Gets
Yeah,
ka na, gets
yeah.
ka na.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and of course, habang tumatagal, you develop like your vocabulary with clients. Like
Yeah.
meron na kayong keywords. Like
Yeah.
Cyril, yung nakagown na voice mo.
Yeah,
Ganon.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Smoke.
Yeah.
Jonah, just do you,
Yeah.
which means
Oh my god.
Konya, ganon. Joke lang.
Okay.
Wow.
Regular,
Hashtag
regular.
judgment.
No, probably.
Yeah,
You
stuff
know,
like that.
something
Stuff
like
like
that.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. No, it helps, I think, when your voice matches what the client already wants. Pero, dun nang gagaling yung skill ng VO artist, I think, is when you can be a chameleon. No?
Yeah,
You can pretty
yeah.
much adapt to anything. And yeah, you guys must have background, like some
You
kind of
act.
background in
Voice
acting or
acting.
theater.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
guys do that actively, or at least research or
Well,
develop that skill?
Yeah, I've recently been joining like acting workshops, and that's really helped. And in college, actually, I as a favor to a friend, I participated in a 2-person play. So I've done that. I have that sort of background, and it really does help.
Yeah, and that's
It
what
really
I
does
meant
help.
when I said be prepared to give more than 100% because you're acting. So, kung kaya mong gawing OA, kasi if it's not, you're just gonna be heard eh. They're not gonna see you. So, who's to say na, she sounded very angry. Pero ang totoo, when you were doing it, happy ka pala. So, you know, you have to be able to give variations. You have to act. You have to be confident. That's the one thing that I want you guys to take away from this one. You have to
Kapal
be
ng mukha.
confident.
Kapal ng muka.
Yes.
At saka yung masaya rin kasi sa VO is you can do it as many times as needed, pending obviously time.
Yeah, yeah.
Hassle ko 100 takes tapos hindi pa rin huli.
Oh, that's insane. Yeah.
Nakakapagod yun.
Nakakapagod yun.
I think that's what a lot of people probably don't realize about voiceovers. I'm not sure if you guys were familiar, but when you're actually doing voiceovers for commercial work or whatever it is, cartoons, there's a lot of retakes. There's a lot of retakes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If client is not happy, then yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you want to. Yan yung gusto mong iwasan eh. Kasi as much as possible, you wanna get there para happy sila, nakatipid sila sa oras, and you have time to do other projects.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, to your point, there is in every like session there's a sort of exploration period. So that's
Especially if the client doesn't even know what they want.
Yeah.
Right?
That's
Which I'm
not-
sure happens a
Yeah,
lot.
Yes.
that's
They
that's
have
very
1 week to produce. Parang, ito yung gusto namin, pero gusto rin namin ganito.
Yes.
And then they'll get you guys to experiment. It's like, oh, I like this one.
yes,
Which is
yes.
fair too, right? But
Yes.
that's- it's hard.
Yes, it can be very challenging. It can
Or
be
they
very
change
challenging.
their mind last minute.
Last minute. Yeah, there's a lot of that. There's
And
a lot
also
of
there's the comparison thing, like for example, you two, can you do what the other other VO did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something like that. So
Yeah.
you have to be yourself at the same time while doing what the other person did.
Ang hirap nun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because in the commercial world, it's all about peg.
Yeah. Yeah. It is.
Ito yung ano namin, pwede mong gawin na ganito, pero your style. But then they want it exactly the same.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
You have to
Yeah.
be patient as well.
Yeah.
Diba?
You have to have confidence and be patient.
And patience.
Oh,
And patience.
wow.
You just have to recognize that it's just part of the game. It's just part
This
of
is like love advice.
Yeah.
With Jona
You have to be
and Cyril.
patient.
But we're talking about
Yeah.
voiceover.
it. Dear Gio.
But
Dear
also,
Gio.
siguro, don't be afraid to speak your mind as well. Kasi maybe they're just rambling on. So maybe you should give like your 2 cents in the mildest way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Na
Yeah. Yeah.
baka naman ito pala yung gusto nila and you have the word for it. They just can't explain it.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
In the years that you guys have been doing voiceovers, meron ba kayo nakitang transition in trends? Like, is it changing? Is it still all the same?
Absolutely, it's changed.
Changing.
It's actually.
In what way?
It's not. It's changed. It hasn't. It's not changing anymore. There's been a huge transition, at least in the voiceover side. There's been this big transition from the kind of really Barker style like voiceover.
Ano yung Barker style?
The stuff that you hear from let's say when you watch telenovela in that prime time period. There's a lot of more blah blah blah.
Right. Hype.
It's still there. It's still very much there.
Yeah.
But lately there has been this shift from that sort of style, for very sing-songy, very loud, to I guess sort of an American Western kind of VO where voiceover where it's very conversational, like they
Chill.
want they very chill they basically they will tell you it's like you're talking to a friend. So basically the tone of VO is what we're doing right now.
Wow.
Something like that, which especially for me, because I came from the style of VO, it was a big challenge for me to transition into.
Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
change.
And also,
Cool.
I've
Yeah.
been getting a lot of projects na just don't sound so VO-ish.
Yeah,
So-
This is a VO.
that's one of the most challenging
Don't sound so
directions.
you sound so VO eh. So pwede mas casual pa.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you have to immerse din yourself.
Yeah.
Punta kang palengke, punta kang somewhere,
Yeah.
listen,
Cool.
So
You
you have to basically
practice your normal voice.
Yeah.
Wow.
You have to basically sound like you're not trying.
And I think that's what's gonna keep you going. Kasi if you're stuck with this voice, you can't do other things, then dun ka lang nila kukunin
Yeah.
sa kung ano yung kaya mo.
Ibang klase. Actually, nakakatuwa yung trends eh. So, it's kind of like that for commercials too. Like, obviously there's VOs in commercials, but you know how when the commercial is like very fabricated,
Yeah.
very polished,
Yeah.
people actually care more about raw, real, and I would say, well, I just came from radio. It's the same thing. So it's
Yeah.
happening in
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
There's a lot of I guess
Really?
it's because of the changing medium. I'm not sure if it's like if YouTube and social media has caused that, but there has been a trend on like really personal stories and things that make you cry.
the
things that
vlogging
make-
life. Mas
Yeah.
ano siya, mas totoo siya.
Authentic.
Yeah,
I think the keyword
people
is
are becoming
authentic.
real and authentic. So VOs are I feel like one day VOs can be for anyone and everyone. You know, like it doesn't. Do you think you'll still need this like skill of being a VO artist, or do you think anyone can do it in the future?
There is a certain, I don't want to sound elitist, but there is a certain skill to it. It's not even though clients and maybe people who don't do VO may think, oh, they're just talking. So why are you getting paid to do that? Until you find someone who doesn't do it often, and then you realize, weird. There is a skill to it. There is a skill to it. So I'm sure it's one of those easy to learn but hard to master things. I don't know. I don't know.
I talked about this with you.
I don't think you
Naalala
can. Can you ever be like a VO master? Like because
the Yoda. Siguro
because
by experience.
you're still learning.
Yeah,
It's not so, but it's
maybe
not so.
master level, but not the master.
But it's not so much it's not so much like knowing the techniques. It's how it's like it's like how to basically the
Adapting?
adapting.
Yeah,
It's your ability to adapt and to change always and forever. So no, because it's never gonna stop changing.
So
Yeah.
each project parang you're never comfortable.
It's another thing.
So you
It's
have
its
to
own-
protect your voice,
I have like
guys.
1,000 commercials, and then you walk into the studio, you're like, oh,
Yeah, you absolutely. You're only as good as your last
damn,
commercial.
that sucks, man. You're never actually
Yeah.
that good
Yeah.
because you always have to learn. No, but I remember, Cyril, we talked about this with you like to eat like green apples or something in the morning.
No, I don't like them.
So that you don't have that when you're speaking into the mic. You can hear something as subtle as like scratching your skin. Right?
Or this ASMR.
Yeah.
You know, like
Ew.
because when your mouth
Yeah.
is dry,
Yeah,
the saliva,
When you're speaking, it's
the
like-
clicks, yung scratch dito.
Yeah.
I have that. So
Yeah.
there was this project. Actually, it's very hindi lang. It's very effective to eat green apples before recording kasi you know
Promotes,
it cleans your
like-
mouth.
Yeah.
For saliva production.
Yeah. So, but you know,
So
make sure not to eat too
promotes.
much. Make sure not to eat too much, especially kung acidic ka or something.
Yeah. What? Yeah.
Yeah. Other
Nangyari na ba yun? Like when you're in the studio tapos, parang ingay ng bibig mo. But meron ano nangyayari?
yeah, ibig sabihin kasi number one reason is I have been recording for more than an hour na. So if it's long
Yeah. There is.
hours, then you mapapagod ka talaga and then
Yeah.
you will dehydrate yourself and all that stuff. So yeah, you have to eat. But if it's just for like a short recording and you really want it to be clean, then yeah, like eat 2 slices of green apple or sugar-free gum.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, those things work.
There's a
Gargle, salt
yeah.
water, warm water.
Yeah. When kung ang puhunan mo yung boses mo, it reaches a point where everything affects everything. Like even something as you ate too much or you drank. In my case, you drank Coke or something like that.
Oh wow.
Those little things add up. So there are times when there's been a time, for example, like my like I had a day where I had a lot of voiceover recordings, thank the Lord, but it reached to the point, thank the Lord, but it reached to the point where I was on my last recording and I could literally feel my tongue not wanting to move anymore, like because you have to enunciate and do all sorts of things. Yeah.
You have to take a breather.
You have to take a breather. Yeah. And things like a scratchy throat, or maybe like in my case like the not even a cold, the beginnings of a cold, and they're gonna be and the very very sharp sound engineers can go, parang ngongo ka ngayon.
Yeah, sometimes it's also the weather.
The weather,
I tend to be. I just found out na sensitive ako sa weather.
Yeah.
Like because of this particular job that I got as a like a voiceover. Pagka nag-start ng kumulimlim,
Yeah.
like paulan na.
Yeah.
Okay,
Your
let's
body
stop
will
Cyril kasi ngongo ka na.
Yeah.
And then they would look at because when you're in the studio, you're like in a cave. Di mo
Yeah.
alam eh.
Yeah.
So when they peep out, oh my god, it's raining.
It's raining.
So I have to stop.
Yeah.
Wow.
The transitions from
Yeah. Or
guys are
change in
dry to
humidity.
wet.
Change in humidity. Like, iba-iba kasi yung studios, no? So, minsan pagpasok mo, I have to do it, I know I have to do it real quick kasi I can feel allergies na. Like, man, kailangan tapusin na natin.
like I have an allergy towards sudden temperature change.
Yeah.
That's actually a thing.
It is.
Yeah, it's a thing.
What happens? Like you start sneezing.
You start sneezing. Like when let's say a cold. Let's say you came from a summer day, and then you come into a really cold studio and you're like achoo achoo achoo.
Or in my case, I feel completely fine. Pero sa recording,
Lumalabas
it's
na.
different.
Yeah, very subtle. It's very subtle. You don't even feel it.
Yeah. So yeah, take care of your voice.
Yeah.
I guess because you guys are in the studio a lot, that you're sensitive to those kinds of things. Because
Yeah.
we all have a musical background, right? Like when we perform live or we record the studio, it's not as big of a deal as
Yeah.
it is when you're doing these VOs. Would you say? Like when you're recording for singing or even performing live, the contrast between music and voiceovers.
I don't think so. I don't think it's not. I don't think it's that.
For me, it's very different.
Okay.
How so?
I don't know if I understood the question, but
Yeah, when it comes to
when I perform live, singing, so yeah, you give your all, right? As long as you have monitors or whatever, no monitors, bigay mo lang. Pero kasi pag nasa studio ka, everything is, you're sensitive to everything.
I get it now.
You hear, alam mo na, oh my God, sintonado ako. For just tiny, you know, like, what do you call that?
Tiny scent, like a tiny
Semitone,
scent.
Chemist.
Yeah.
Yun.
Yeah.
So, you're, magiging sensitive ka dyan. So, not all live performers are gonna be effective with recording.
Yeah, I would make the
You know.
distinction. I would make it. I wouldn't break the distinction, but make it a distinction between VO and music. I would make it a distinction between live and studio.
Yeah.
live versus
Live and studio, because in live, your job is basically to just throw your energy out there.
Even for live VO, yes.
Even for
yes.
live VO, there's not a lot of like, you don't really think of your tone. You just want to throw it and make sure everybody hears you.
Yeah.
And
Diction is
yeah.
important,
But you still try as much as possible to stick dun sa gusto nilang voice mo.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
really got you.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any dream voiceover or jingles? You can name the brand if you want, or even like
A dream.
like when it comes to the world of voiceovering, something that you've always wanted to do.
Ooh.
I wanted
Or
to do.
nagawa na ba?
I wanted to do Disney,
Hey.
but we kind of already did.
Sort of, yeah. It sort of counts.
The Filipino version, but I
Tagalog
wanted to do like the the one.
Look at this stuff,
yeah,
isn't it
something like
neat?
Legit.
that, like legit,
Oh,
like sing and voice act. Yeah.
Oh wow.
for a Disney cartoon.
Like for,
Yeah.
I'm guessing like for an original, like Moana 2, something
As
like
in,
that.
ikaw lang yung voiceover, Moana 2. They would need a new character, they'd be just for you. Oh.
Ganun. Or like a Filipino character.
Yeah,
whatever.
Filipino animation. Yeah.
Ikaw.
My dream voiceover would be a Nike commercial. Because Nike commercials are hard, man.
Why?
Because they are the embodiment of like, because this is...
Me too, Nike.
Yeah, Nike is awesome. Nike's awesome because
Benta na eh.
No, it's
Yeah.
because of what the product represents, I think.
not yeah
Yes.
that because it's cool, but because as a voiceover, technically speaking, it doesn't seem like it's really like it could be challenging because it's basically just rise and shine, and it sounds like he's just dead. He's just dead, or he just woke up or whatever. But within that really really small zone of energy, there's a lot of subtlety. There's a lot. It's almost like you're sculpting, and you have such a really small piece of clay that you're working with, and then the finest details have to be perfect.
Wow.
So that for me is the that for
Did
me
you
is the best.
analyze the crap out of like Nike commercials?
Heck yeah, man! This was part of my I want to learn how to be more conversational journey.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be
OC?
nice, like, if
Yeah.
kung maging involved ka sa, like, all the products out there. Like,
Yeah.
not necessarily like na VO mo lahat yun.
Yeah.
Because that would be
awesome.
Awesome, but you can't. There
Yeah.
are limitations. But
Ooh.
for example,
That's
I
another
did a
story.
character for this one, but I also did like singing for this one, and I did the main VO for that one.
Yeah,
That would be
yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Every VO artist's dream, I'm sure, right?
Yeah.
To do anything and everything.
Yeah.
What advice would you guys give to someone? Like, what do you think it takes? Yeah, not just advice. What do you think it takes to become good as a voiceover artist?
Aside from yung skill mo and the talent, again,
Kasi diba confidence and patience.
patience, availability,
I was just about to say, I would even put that number one. Yeah.
efficiency.
Efficiency, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ano pa? Dagdagan mo.
These are things that people. I guess you can develop these skills too.
Yeah.
So,
Really, I would add to that relationship building as well.
Yeah.
There's a huge aspect of the way I think of it is every voiceover is part geisha.
Part geisha.
Yeah, part geisha. You have to the way I approach voice, the way I approach voiceover sessions is that I guess it's because maybe it's part of my character as well. Is that I always make it a point to make the client feel at ease. Like I come in, okay, I want the client to feel, okay, Jona's here. This is gonna be fine. We good. This is probably even gonna be fun. Be very. You can also be very observant as well, because you never know if the person you're talking to. And be observant and try to be with as many kinds of people as possible, because you never know when you need to imitate.
You need to imitate them.
Yeah. And you also need to. That's where the acting component comes in. That's the method of it. Like. Yeah.
So hindi mo naman talaga kailangang magaya ng todo yung boses nila, but if you can like ang tawag doon, magaya mo yung attitude nila.
Yeah. Or if you can, it'll
you
help
would
you
sound like that particular celebrity. You know?
Yeah.
No, I can't imitate her voice, just the attitude, and it will come out.
How do you find the time to practice that? Or do you just have a lot of time alone? Because that's one of the biggest parts of it, right? That creativity is being observant.
Yeah.
But it's not just observant, it's actually applying it. No? So do you guys actually set time now? Okay. Like for example, an athlete will set time in the morning to work out because they know they have competition. For a VO artist, do you guys have any routines creatively to develop your creativity?
There's well, it's
Subconscious.
It's all very subconscious. It's not like
I don't want to sound mayabang, but no, mas spontaneous
Yeah, it's
ako
just
eh.
But
I take time, like, oh, okay, I still have a few, like 1 hour or a few minutes na ito yung gusto nila, if I have any idea. Kasi most of the time, we don't have any idea what we're gonna do before we enter the studio. So, so parang, okay, YouTube natin siya.
Yeah.
Oh my God, kaya ko ba to?
And that already counts as learning. Like, it counts as learning. And maybe, it could be something as inconsequential as we were just screwing around while waiting for the recording, and then we're copying people, or, watching a video, and then we're trying to copy it.
There are other voiceover artists na like way professional. I'm not saying that we're not professional, but there are other artists out there na talagang they give effort. Like some of them we can hear them like and I was like
or they do like or they do trills. Like there's if you go online, there are actually voiceover warm-ups, which is actually a good habit that we should follow.
Well,
that we should eventually
ito
get.
Pala.
Yeah.
Make sure you have enough sleep.
Sleep is
the best.
gold. Sleep is life.
Yes, if you don't have enough sleep, pag paus ka, then you can't do.
You're done. You're done.
Sleep talaga.
Yeah.
No amount of any spray.
Yeah, no amount of spray or
candies or whatever.
Yeah.
Can ever fix if your vocal cords are damaged because puyat ka parate.
Yeah. Even if it's you're using just the voice, it's tied to the whole body. So it's kind of like being a singer. You can't just party up all night and then expect to sing really well the next morning.
Right.
It's the same thing.
So you have to say no then.
Wow.
If an opportunity arises but you're not at your best.
Yeah.
So
this is your life.
Yeah.
Your voice is your life.
Yeah.
Yes.
What was it like when you guys I'm sure this has happened when you lost your voice. Tears.
Free
Tragedy.
time.
Free time.
Yun pala. Okay.
Free time.
Guys, let's end the interview. Can you say something in your favorite VO voice or your most popular VO voice? Just introducing yourself and saying thank you.
Okay. Your most popular VO voice.
Yeah.
What's?
Do I have a popular VO voice?
Spontaneous na lang kayo na bahala.
Can we do product placement here? Like, can we do an actual line?
And replace it with creative picking, sure.
Okay.
Sige.
Oh man.
I'm not good at this. You go first.
Okay, I want to sinabi, introduce yourselves. But yeah, if you want to do an actual line that you memorize, just replace the product with creative pickings.
Okay. Now I'll just improvise something.
Sige.
Hi, welcome to Creative Pickings. This is your host. My name is Jonathan Paculan, and you are with Cyril Cabornay and Gio Levy. I hope you enjoyed this interview. Hell yeah.
Yes! Okay, sige. Finish it up. Tapos
Oh
yun
my
yun.
God.
Ikaw na bahala.
Kumanta ka na lang.
What I'm gonna do?
Sure.
Anong gusto mong tono?
I'm gonna give you a beat.
Oh my God. Gagawin ko sana mala Disney, but you
Mala
give me
Disney?
that beat, man. Creative pickings.
Alright, guys! Jona and Cyril on Creative Pickings. Thank you so much.